every Monday, we have a co-meditation session in my Discord server at 9 a.m. Pacific. And I realized that I don't really have a guide in how to meditate. So I wanted to make a quick video about how I approach meditation, how I used to approach meditation as a beginner. And I have a nice acronym for you. And so when you're meditating, you just focus on this one thing, this keyword, before. That means be focused, F-O, right? B-E-F-O, and relaxed, R-E. So meditation is relaxed focus. So let's dissect this. It's not that complicated, right? So focus while being stressed is like you being on a ADHD hyperfocus, right? Because your essay is due in like an hour, right? It is very focused, but it is very stressful. And when you have a stressful focus, what tends to happen is you can't prolong your time doing it. You can't engage in it every day. You can't engage it whenever you want because the energy expenditure for stressed focus is very high. So the other way is stressed and unfocused. So this is what we call spiraling, right? So it's like the exact opposite of meditation. You aren't focused and you are not relaxed. We don't want that. Now, on the other side of the matrix is we are distracted yet relaxed. So this again isn't really that meaningful, but a relaxed state of mind is somewhere you can be for a very long time. But when you're distracted, it's kind of like you're not really doing anything, right? So there is a point in both of these kind of like one or the other cases. So when you are focused but you are stressed, the benefit is that you are really concentrated on something, right? Your mind kind of silences itself. And you are just your brain is just kind of like tunnel visioning on this one thing. And in this case of distracted but relaxedness, you can engage in it for a prolonged amount of time, and more importantly, you don't have a lot of expectations. There's no pressure, right? So meditation being a relaxed focus is kind of the hybrid of the two. Because you are relaxed, you can meditate anytime, any day. It doesn't depend on anything. You don't need this special equipment. Although, if you are not from a culture where it's customary to sit on the floor, you may need a little bit of support in like your hip flexibility and your knee mobility, because you're just not used to meditating on the floor. But is it a requirement? No. You can also do chair meditation, right? And there's a lot of furniture brands that create meditation-based furniture. So you can look into those well if you want to make meditation a daily part of your routine. Now, because you can do it anytime and any day, also, there's no real big purpose. You're not trying to meditate well, right? This is something a lot of people, I think, miss. They want meditation to have a point. They want to meditate well. But while meditation is like good at improving focus, it should be looked at as a side effect. It's just a side effect of you just continuously engaging yourself in a way that it invites focus. You trying to do a good job in meditation will just lead to what? Stress. And naturally you will fall into the very attractive trap of stressed focus, because in the modern society, especially in the hyper-industrialized and capitalist world, your base tendency is going to be seeking the stressed kind of focus, right? Because that's what makes you really feel like a productive member of society. So, relaxed focus. And what Okay, so I get it. It's like relaxed focus, but what do I focus on? So this is where the different flavors of meditation come from, right? So the most popular form of meditation is called vipassana, right? And vipassana meditation is basically like a body scan. And you are going through your body one organ at a time, and you are assessing. Start with the breath, and then how is my head feeling? And you focus on the head. And then how is my left shoulder feeling? Take a few breaths here. And then how is my left elbow feeling? And then so you do like an entire body scan. That's the vipassana method of meditation. So vipassana is kind of it's good because it's focused, but at the same time, it moves through the body, which can be a little bit distracting because you have to keep track of where did I look last, right? So a little bit more introductory way of doing it is called anapana. And that is the first step. You just focus on the breath. You focus on the sensation of air as it enters and leaves your nostril. And that's it. So whatever you do, you just sit down and you are just focusing on the breath. But you will find that after a few breaths, you will be thinking about something. And that's okay. But what we are just trying to do is every time you notice that you're thinking of something, you come back to this. You're just practicing the skill of coming back and trying again. You're not there to set a new world record for how long you have maintained focus. Because meditation is not something you try to do well. So you just keep coming back to the breath for an amount of time that you want to. So in my Discord I do minimum of 10 minutes, but up to you, however long you want to do it. But throughout the 10 minutes, you'll be distracted many, many, many times. But that's okay, because the entire thing you are trying to practice is noticing and coming back. Noticing, coming back. And it's okay if you find yourself distracted for like an entire 5 minutes. No judgment, but just come back. And just start again. And you may feel frustrated, but you have to understand now the meta-ness of it, right? You have to understand that you are noticing that you are feeling frustrated, and you just come back. You are noticing that your leg hurts, and it's frustrating, but that's what you notice, and you just come back. You understand that these are all things going on in your mind and your head, but that's okay. The goal isn't to sit in perfect peace. The goal is to recognize and understand that these are going on, but at the same time, it has nothing to do with my ability to breathe. And so, that is the skill that we are trying to develop and foster by engaging in the act of meditation. But again, there's no need to do it well because you're human. You can't realistically maintain focus for like 30 minutes straight, right? It's gonna be very, very, very difficult. But that means you need some kind of a skill, right? That means you need some kind of a genetic advantage in order to attain that kind of level of focus. And only then can you reach awakening or like be a proper meditator. No, that defeats the whole purpose of meditation, right? The whole purpose of meditation is coming to understand that no matter where I am in life, no matter how my physical condition is, as long as I can breathe, I can be with myself and I can be at peace, right? Philosophically, that's the whole point of meditation. So, it's okay if you're distracted. It's okay if you try it once and then don't do it for 3 months. But just understand that meditation is always available for you and you just notice and you come back. You notice that you haven't meditated in a while and then you just come back. You can do it while driving. Closing the eyes is not necessary. You just engage in things with the conscious focus, but in a relaxed state of mind. Whatever you want to focus on. So there are sometimes open eye meditations, right? And that way you just fix your gaze on something, but then you're not trying to, okay, I'm gonna look the hardest and I'm never gonna. It's not that. You just look and notice how your gaze likes to move around, but every time you notice, you just come back. And the more you develop this skill, the more, very subtly but surely, you will notice that your life, how you engage in your life, is going to be different.